roadshow's been fantastic, so really lucky to have a wonderful group on the judging panel, and we have had some very interesting discussions along the way, debates about design in general as well as the specific designs that we are looking at for the shortlisted projects.
There's just been so much learning. For me, it's been a privilege. I've loved it. Together as a unit, you can talk over what your feelings are, how it's all going, and your reactions all together as a group rather than maybe in different units. We've learnt a lot from each other too.
Oh, it's been really great to get on the road after months in the Zoom room, and being on the road with everyone creates more of an opportunity to really explore different ideas and reflections on the projects that we've seen in a bit more detail.
The overall standard of the projects that we've seen this year has been really amazing. So we've been really impressed by so many of the projects in terms of both the vision and the execution a lot of the time as well.
Really, really very good across a range of different project types. There's evidence that there's a lot of work going on in the profession at different levels that's of a really high standard.
There are definitely trends emerging in terms of what we see from the previous round of judging, so there's definitely a feeling of a momentum in terms of cultural narratives and so on.
That theme of culture, of shared cultures, of underlying culture, and the many stories that they can tell through what the particular person has been planning for the site, designing for the site.
There's really an emergence of engagement with Mātauranga Māori in a lot of the project work that we've seen, working in partnership and giving expression to Māori values in design. Also in the way that projects are beginning to engage with climate change issues and work around the coastal zone where we're standing at the moment. And a recognition that in these sorts of areas everyone's starting from a different position, but it's really important.
We have a very tough job now to work out the category winners and the awards of excellence, so we have done a little bit of discussion on that as we've gone along, just to start thinking about ranking and so on. But we've got categories where they're all so varied and they're all excellent in their own way, so we're going to have to make some really tough calls in that regard. And of course we're not finished by the time we've done our site visits. We also have all the other categories to judge, which are not the design ones, but the planning ones and research and so on. So we've still got a bit of a long journey to go yet.
Some hard decisions and some very easy decisions, because there's some that really sing for us, and then there are some that because of the categories it's a bit apples and pears, and we will need to think very hard about that.
It's a complex task. There's such a breadth of work that we're looking at, and there's a lot of conversations to be had about how to differentiate between the projects that we've seen and the work that we've seen, and how the excellent stuff will rise to the top.